dear viewers. Today is another weekend, and now in our 127th episode, I'm going to discuss with you about money inflation. So, get started. The meaning of money. Money is the set of assets is in an economy that people regularly use to buy goods and services from other people. Inflation is an increase in the overall level of prices. Hyperinflation is an extraordinary high rate of inflation. The classical theory of inflation. Inflation historical aspects. Over the past 60 years, prices have risen on average about 5% per year. Deflation, meaning decreasing average prices, occurred in the US in the 19th century. Hyperinflation refers to high rates of inflation such as Germany experienced in the 1920s. In the 1970s, in US prices rose by 7% per year. During the 1990s, in US prices rose at an average rate of 2% per year. The quantity theory of money is used to explain the long run detriments of the price level and the inflation rate. Inflation is an economy wide phenomenon that concerns the value of the economy's medium of exchange. When the overall price level rises, the value of money falls. The rate of inflation monthly average for Bangladesh up to October is 6.21%. The money supply is a policy variable that is controlled by the Bangladesh Bank through instruments such as open market operations. Bangladesh Bank directly controls the quality of money supplied. Money demand has several detriments, including interest rates and the average level of prices in the economy. People hold money because it is the medium of exchange. The amount of money people choose to hold depends on the prices of goods and services. In the long run, the overall level of prices adjusts to the level at which the demand for money equals the supply. the classific the classical theory of inflation, the quantity theory of money, how the price level is determined and why it might change over time is called the quantity theory of money. The quantity theory of money available in the economy determines the value of money. The primary cause of inflation is the good growth in the quantity of money. Nominal variables are variables measured in monetary units, example nominal GDP, interest rate, inflation rate, etc. Real variables are variables measured in physical units, example is real GDP, real interest rate. According to Home and others, real economic variables do not change with changes in the money supply. According to the classical uh, dichotomy, different forces influence real and nominal variables. Changes in the money supply affect nominal variables but not real variables. In the irrelevance of monetary changes for real variables is called monetary neutrality. Velocity and the quantity equation. The velocity of money refers to the speed at which the typical dollar bill travels around the economy from wallet to wallet. Here V is equal to P into Y divided by M, where V is velocity, P is the price level, Y is the quantity of output, and M is the quantity of money. The quantity equation shows that in an increase in the quantity of money and in an economy must be reflected in one of the three other variables. The price level must rise, the quantity of output must rise, or the velocity of money must fall. Uh, Hyperinflation is inflation that exceeds 50% per month. Hyperinflation occurs in some countries because the government prints too much money to pay for the spending. When the government raises revenue by printing money, it is said to levy in an inflation tax. An inflation tax is likely a tax on everyone who holds money. The inflation ends when the government institutes fiscal reforms such as cuts in government spending. The Fisher effect refers to a one-to-one adjustment of the nominal interest rate to the inflation rate. According to the Fisher effect, when the rate of inflation rises, the nominal interest rate rises by the same amount. The real interest rate stays the same. The costs of inflation: number 1, shoe leather cost; number 2, menu cost; number 3, relative price variability, tax distortion, and confusion and inconvenience. Shoe leather costs are the resources wasted when inflation encourages people to reduce their money holdings. Inflation reduces the real value of money, so people live in an incentive to minimize their cash holdings. Less cash requires more frequent trips to the bank to withdraw the money from interest bearing accounts. Also, extra trips to the bank take time away from the productive activities. Then menu cost. Menu costs are the costs adjusting prices. During inflationary times, it is necessary to update price lists and other posted prices. This is a resource consuming process that takes away from other productive activities. Relative price variability and the miscellaneous misallocation of resources. Inflation distorts relative prices. Consumer decisions are distorted and markets are less able to allocate resources to their best use. Inflation induced tax distortion. The income tax treats the nominal interest earned on savings as income, even though part of the nominal interest rate merely compensates for inflation. The after tax real interest rate falls, making savings less attractive, confusion and inconvenience. When bank increases the money supply and creates inflation, it erodes the real value of the unit of account. Inflation causes taka at different times to have different real values. Therefore, with rising prices, it is more difficult to compare real revenues, costs, and profits over time. The overall level of prices in an economy adjusts to bring money supply and money demand into balance. When the central bank increases the supply of money, it causes the price level to rise. Persistent growth in the quantity of money supplied leads to counting inflation. The principle of money neutrality asserts that changes in the quantity of money influences nominal variable but not real variables. A government can pay for its spending simply by printing more money. This can result in an inflation tax and hyperinflation according to the Fisher effect. When the inflation rate rises, the nominal interest rate rises by the same amount and the real interest rate stays at the same. Many people think that inflation makes them poorer because it raises the costs of what they buy. This view is a fallacy because inflation also raises nominal incomes. When banks loan out their deposits, they increase the quantity of money in the economy. Because the central bank cannot control the amount bankers choose to lend or the amount households choose to deposit in the bank, the central bank's control of the money supply is imperfect. So, dear viewers, that's all from the inflation chapter. So, I hope that this chapter will help you to learn about the inflation of Bangladesh as well. Thank you.